Hey everybody, it's Melanie, and I want to welcome you to a new week. So today we're talking about how to be true to yourself, because in today's day and age, with all these eyes on you, and everybody's so quick to cast judgment on things that you're saying or that you're doing, it's hard. It's hard to be true to who we really are. So I'm going to kind of talk about how to do it and why you should do it, because you shouldn't be afraid to show the world who you are. You shouldn't be afraid to let your hair down. You shouldn't be afraid to tell people, this is who I am. And not in an ignorant way, but if you don't like it, it's who I am. I'm not putting on a false bravado, is that the word I want to look for, just to impress you or to impress someone else, or because I might get judged. Because be bold, be brave, be, unapologetically you. Be imperfectly perfect and be flawlessly or unflawlessly flawed. Is that the word I'm looking for? Just be who you are. Be who you were meant to be, and don't worry about what people have to say, because I notice this a lot with younger kids, and it carries over into adulthood, that we're always trying to impress people, and we're always trying to be something we're not, and we're always trying to be one step ahead of everybody else and up a little bit higher, when in all reality, people need to get to know who you are, the real you. And the only way they're going to do that is if you are like, hey, this is who I am. I'm being true to myself. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be beautiful. I'm going to be imperfectly perfect. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be flawlessly flawed, and I'm just going to be me. And gosh darn it, if people don't like it, then they're not the people you need in your life. If you're out there being you and being rude and being ignorant and hurting people's feelings, that's a little different. But in order to be true to who you are in your heart, you have to let go of what people may think of you or the judgment they may cast on you. You have to realize that there's people out there that need you to be you. Most importantly, yourself, and you're going to connect with the people that are on that level of reality. So staying true to who you are comes down to your self-respect, to your values, to what you believe in, to not caving to try to impress others. And I am way past that. I am way past like, hey, I'm afraid to say this, that, or the other because they may not like me. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it in a rude way. I'm saying it in, look, I'm letting my hair down. I'm being human. I'm being vulnerable. This is who I am. And it's helping me because I'm being true to who I really am and who I'm meant to be, not who someone thinks I should be or who someone's judging me to be or telling me that, hey, you shouldn't do this because this, that, or the other. No, I'm becoming independent of who I am. I'm becoming confident, happy, fulfilled. These are things that you'll find when you're true to who you are, when you're true to your values, when you're becoming who you're supposed to be and not worrying about being judged anymore. So know that you were born to be this original person. And yes, the mold was broke when they made you. There should be no other person like you, and you should not be trying to be like another person. It's be you, because everybody else is taken. You are going to give the best you to those around you. So to me, if you're striving to be the best you and being so true to yourself, the people around you are going to appreciate you that much more. So I have 7 tips on how to be true to yourself and not worry about all that judgment that can be casted. So feel good about who you are. Know that when you're being your true self, you're showing people a different side of you, a softer side of you, maybe a side of you that people may shy away from, but you're being true to who you are. That's the only way to live life. You cannot live to impress everybody. And be comfortable in your own skin, okay? That is so important, to just be comfortable and know that this is who you are, this is who you're meant to be, and that's okay. So when you get to that point, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be like, well, wait, is it okay if I do this? Or should I not do this because someone may think this, that, or the other, or someone may say that. No, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't think so much about, if I show them who I really am, they may not like me. Maybe they're not supposed to like you, and that's okay. You need to like yourself first. You need to be who you are, and you're going to attract the right people. Don't try to impress everybody. That comes along with just what I just said. Don't try to be out there and put on this fake show for these people, because they're not going to like you for who you really are. It's just crazy. So we're not impressing anybody. Don't worry about being judged. It's going to happen no matter what. There's always going to be someone out there that's going to be judging you. So guess what? Don't freak out about it. Don't stress about it. This is who you are. I always tell people, with anything in life, like, well, this one said that about me and this one. And I said, you know what? Do you believe what they're saying about you? Do you believe that's true? No, you shouldn't believe that's true. What you should believe is, this is who I'm being, and I'm being me, and I'm cool with that. I'm supposed to be that. Let them judge me. That's fine. I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm confident, and it is what it is. Be content. Be very content with you being true to yourself. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I can say that a million times, and I know that's like, I should probably add that in every other tip, so then we'd have like 14 tips. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about, like I said, unless you're out there like being really rude to people, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about being true to yourself. Be content. Don't second guess yourself. Don't be like, is it okay to show my true self? Because if I do, then maybe people won't like me. Don't worry so much about what they're thinking of you if it's in a negative way. Now, if someone's giving you like constructive criticism, you might be able to learn from that. And those are people that, are going to kind of be real to you and be there for you. They're going to support you in you being who you truly were meant to be. So it's like, what is it? Dr. Seuss says, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter mind. I may be saying that wrong, but that's really what it comes down to. So you have to not be afraid to be who you are and let those around you see that, because you're only hurting yourself if you're holding back and trying to impress and trying to stay away from the judgment, or trying to stay away from people, who are like, making fun, la la la, and I'm going into like, that's childish, but it happens in adulthood. I've seen it so many times, and I'm like, look, I ain't even going there, because this is how old I am. I am not in 5th grade anymore, but I see a lot of this happening with these young kids, and I feel like, as a parent myself, and if you're a parent listening, this is something that's so important for kids to know at a young age, because it does carry on into adulthood, and we're so worried about what people think of us, and we need to be able to get past that and have that confidence in ourselves and be true to who we're meant to be, because that's the only way that you're going to have that confidence, that you're going to feel happy, and that your life is going to be fulfilled. Because if you're living this fake life just to impress people, and because you're afraid of what they're going to say, you're not following those 7 ways that I just put out there. Feel good about who you are. Be comfortable in your own skin. Don't think too hard. Just be you. Don't try so hard. Don't worry about being judged. Be content. And don't second guess yourself. Those are some huge things to put in front of yourself to realize, you know what? Gosh darn it, I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And I'm going to be human. And, the ones who are true to me and understand that this is who I am will stick around. And those who just aren't real happy with that, maybe if you're not doing exactly what they want you to do and then they judge you, maybe they're not really good to have in your life. I don't, that's up to you to make that decision. But what I want you to do is follow these 7 little tips and become true to yourself. Don't be afraid to let your hair down, to be vulnerable, to be human, because we're all human, right? So I hope that has helped you today. I hope that you are learning to be true to yourself. And I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So we're going to talk about that in a few more episodes this week. So I just want to thank you guys all for getting on and for always supporting me and sending messages. I love that. And if you feel that this is something that could help someone who you're like, hey, don't worry about what other people think, just be you, share that with them, or share that on your Facebook page and tag them in it. Or if you feel like, maybe your young daughter or your young son is having difficulty with their group of friends, and they're having a hard time finding themselves or who they are or who they're supposed to be, show this to them. Because you know what? All these feelings that we have about being scared about showing who we really are. They're totally normal, but we have to kind of learn, like, hey, this is how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be human, and we're supposed to be ourselves, not what someone else wants us to be, or not some, cookie cutter copy of what this one thinks we should be. So I hope that helps, and I want to thank you guys all for getting on, and I will see you in the next